The warm glow of streetlights reflected on the rain-soaked road as Ethan Miller, a tired 43-year-old taxi driver, steered his cab through another lonely night. His eyes were heavy, but his heart was heavier. On the dashboard sat a tiny music box, dented, scratches cutting across its silver lid. He clicked it open. A soft lullaby filled the car. The one he wrote for his daughter, Emma, 10 years ago. A lullaby only she ever heard. He closed his eyes for a moment. "I miss you, baby girl," he whispered into the empty night. 10 years ago, Emma was taken from him. A messy divorce. A mother with addiction. A custody battle Ethan couldn't win. One night, Emma's mother disappeared with her. Police searched. Ethan searched harder. No clues. No witnesses. No answers. Just absence. The lullaby was all he had left. He played it every night, not because he believed it reached her, but because he couldn't bear to forget. Around 11:50 p.m., Ethan saw a girl standing alone outside a grocery store. Thin hoodie, school backpack, eyes tired, lonely like she'd seen too much too young. He rolled down the window. "You need a ride?" She nodded quietly and sat in the back seat. Ethan didn't think anything of it until her phone rang. A soft melody echoed from her phone's speakers. A humming ringtone, but not just any melody. His lullaby, the exact one he wrote, note for note, breath for breath. Ethan's hand tightened on the steering wheel. He whispered, "Where did you get that song?" The girl looked up, confused. My real dad used to sing it to me." Ethan went cold. The girl's name was Sophie, age 15. Ethan's daughter, if alive, will be 17 now. But her eyes, those hazel green flecks. He felt something ache inside him. "Do you remember anything else?" Ethan asked softly. She shrugged. "Not much. I was really little, maybe 5 or 6. His breath hitched. Sophie continued. "I remember a man who used to tuck me in, used to sing that song. But I don't know if it was a dream." Ethan swallowed hard. Not a dream. A memory. When they reached Sophie's home, the porch light flickered on. A woman stepped out. Early 40s, strict eyes, protective stance. Her name, Marissa. The moment she saw Ethan, her expression changed. Almost fear. Almost recognition. "Why were you so late?" she snapped at Sophie. Then she stared directly at Ethan. "What did she tell you?" Her tone was sharp. Too sharp. Ethan forced a smile, just dropping her safely. But inside, his chest buzzed with questions. Marissa grabbed Sophie's hand and pulled her inside. The door slammed. Something wasn't right. Ethan sat in his cab, replaying the ringtone in his mind. He opened the little music box. The same melody spilled out. How did she learn this? He whispered, trembling. He drove home faster than usual. Old case files, newspaper clippings, missing posters. He spread them across the kitchen table. A decade-old photo of 7-year-old Emma stared back at him. Same curly hair. Same eyes. Could Sophie be Emma? His heart said yes. His mind said impossible. But the music didn't lie. Next morning, Ethan went back to Sophie Street. He waited until she stepped out for school. "Sophie," he called gently. She turned, hesitating. "Did I say something wrong last night?" "No, Ethan whispered. You said something I've waited 10 years to hear." He pulled out the music box. When he wounded, Sophie froze. Her eyes softened. Her lips trembled. I remember this," she whispered. A yellow room, a man singing, warm hands. Ethan's throat tightened. Before he could speak, Marissa stormed out. "Stay away from her." Marissa and Ethan argued. "You don't understand," she said through clenched teeth. "She's safe with me. She doesn't need to remember anything." Ethan roared. "She might be my daughter." Marissa froze. Just for a moment too revealing. She whispered, "You don't want the truth." But Ethan did. He always did. Ethan dug deeper. Hospital admission records. Abandoned child reports. Old bus station surveillance. Then he found it. A case file of an unidentified 6-year-old girl found at a bus depot 9 years ago. No ID. No relatives. Just one item. A tiny music box matching his. Ethan's heart stopped. It was her. It had to be. Ethan tracked down Marissa's sister Linda, who once worked for a foster agency. Linda looked nervous when he mentioned Sophie. She wasn't supposed to remember anything, Linda whispered. She was found alone. No one claimed her, but she kept crying one name. Ethan leaned in. Emma. Linda nodded. Ethan's knees nearly buckled. Sophie sat in her room, staring at the ceiling. Images, flashes kept hitting her. A man humming. A warm hug. A tiny bed with yellow stars on the wall. Tears fell silently. That man. Why do I feel like he's real? She whispered. Marissa panicked. If Sophie remembered everything, she would lose her. She wasn't a villain. She just loved her. But she had kept Sophie's past hidden. Too hidden. We can leave, Marissa said quietly. Move away. Start over. Sophie looked confused. Why would we leave? Marissa had no answer that didn't sound like guilt. Ethan drove to the house again, music box in hand. He knocked. No answer. He knocked harder. Still nothing. He tried the handle. Door unlocked. Inside, boxes were everywhere. They were leaving. Sophie. Ethan called. A soft voice replied. Dad. Ethan froze. Slowly, Sophie stepped out from the hallway, tears running down her cheeks. I remembered. Ethan knelt before her, hands shaking. Say it again, he whispered. Sophie sobbed. Dad. I think of my dad. He hugged her gently, afraid she would disappear again. She whispered the first line of the lullaby. He whispered the second. Together, they finished the song. 10 years lost. 10 years found. Marissa appeared at the hallway door. She watched them, her heart breaking. I didn't steal her, she said softly. I saved her. She was abandoned, scared, alone. I did what I thought was right. Ethan nodded, tears streaming. I know, but she's my daughter. Marissa finally let the truth in. Court was long, painful, exhausting. But records matched. DNA confirmed. And when the judge asked Sophie where she wanted to go, she didn't hesitate. With my dad. Ethan cried openly in the courtroom. Ethan brought Sophie home. Same yellow room. Same star stickers. Same music box on a shelf. Sophie touched the wall gently. I remember sleeping right there. Ethan smiled through tears. You're safe now. You're home. They sat together on the couch. Sophie leaned her head on his shoulder. Can you play it again? She whispered. Ethan opened the music box. The lullaby filled the room. The same one she heard as a child. This time they listened together. Some days were hard. Memories hurt Sophie. Loneliness haunted Ethan. But they healed slowly. Together. Every night the lullaby played. Every night Sophie slept safely. For the first time in 10 years. One evening, Ethan was driving his taxi again. This time with Sophie beside him. The city lights reflected in her eyes. She held his arm gently and whispered, Little star, I stayed with you. Ethan smiled, voice cracking. And I never stopped looking for you. The music box played one last time. Fade out.